All right, let's see. I think we're live. Let's check YouTube real quick. So we're up and running. Love to see it. There we go. Got it in our Discord channel as well. Fantastic. Let's see. Hey, Wally. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. We've also got Gary H. Hello, hello. Nice to have you here. Francis Zegan, hello to you. Nice to have you here on this Sunday for me. Not sure what day it is for you, but it is Sunday for me. So I'm happy to have you here. Prax, nice to have you here as well. Thank you for joining the live stream. Love seeing all y'all here. So clearly I just picked up the initial free boxes in Titan Artifact Spheres to start the day. Other than that, I mean, it looks like there's a caption this, which is always just, I guess, here where it's just throwing out interesting artwork for us to kind of gaze at here. So looking at this, it looks like Dante's helping out Martha with some plants that she's got going on. Clearly, she's got the regular default going on. No solar skin for her on this one. But, Dante, I guess, having the extra hands here to help out, pretty useful. So kind of nice, even though I'm not really sure the weather here matches up with what we've got going on outside. But, hey, um, I feel like it's a little bit more wintry. But I guess, that's for brighter days. So, yeah, nice little artwork there that they've got for us. It's got some lilies, different like little flowers, a little flower shop for Martha there. So, right on. Okay, so we claimed our artifact spheres and platinum boxes there. So we got those out of the way. Don't have to worry about that. It looks like some of my guildmates are still purchasing a fair amount of skin stones. So I mean, I'm not complaining. That's for sure. Um, so we'll take those. Thank you, guildmates. Um, hey, Anthony Smith. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. We've also got John Jensen. Hello, hello. Francis said, "Is Martha getting a spring skin?" To the best of our knowledge, I don't know. I think it's a little too early to assume that, but I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility. I don't think she has one yet. She does have a solar skin, right? Which I don't think is a spring skin. So I'm going to go with she doesn't have one yet, but it's very possible she does have one in the near future. You never know. So it's possible, Francis. I just think it's a little early too because she did have a couple skins recently. So I think there's a couple other heroes that need um, attention to skins coming in game because I mean they're still kind of going around with a lot of the main meta heroes. Like I mean, for example, right? We know that we have Celeste coming up as well as Yasmin, and I'm trying to think who's the other one. Celeste, Yasmin, and I actually still have it open. I think here. Celeste, Yasmin, and Kark, right? And I'm not even sure Kark really needs another skin. I love it because I'm a Kark user. But, I guess it's possible Celeste gets another one, but I think it's still a little bit early. So, I mean, it's possible it comes out in the spring, but I don't think anything's confirmed yet. I mean, granted, you know, that photo could be telling a little bit, but let's see. I don't think she has one yet. Yeah, she doesn't have one yet, but it's totally plausible. Who knows, Francis? I mean, I think that would be cool. It looks like Magic Defense would probably be one of the skins that she get next. Maybe not the most useful, but it looks like the next one in line for her potentially. Even though armor or anything else other than Magic Defense would be probably the most useful. Okay, let's open our daily heroic chest here. See what we get here. Oh, three Kark Soul Stones. Um, we'll take it. I mean, I always prefer more of the hero Soul Stones if I can get it. So we'll take the three. It looks like we haven't really had a refresh of the new goods coming in since yesterday, not really at least, other than the Gold Town shop. So we'll take a look there. Not really too many items I can afford at this time, which means I should probably fight an arena. I haven't done it too much. Definitely should try to be more regular on there. It'll just take some time. Let's see, we've got this opponent here who looks a little bit more friendly than most. I'm kind of thinking we use Faceless here as opposed to Sebastian. And we see how that plays out. Count says, according to lore, Dante was a stone warrior, and there was no reason to depict him as a gardener. um, I think that's a good point. It's a good point. I'm not sure, Hero Wars, I guess, is kind of messing with the lore of their original um, heroic characters, but I think it does. It's nice to have some fan. I would equate that to fan art, even though if Hero Wars is probably creating that content themselves. I would still say that that counts as fan art in a sense. but that's funny. I like that. Um, it is interesting because I do picture Dante more as a warrior as opposed to a gardener. So, yeah, interesting stuff there. Here we got Kark finally taking down Ching Mao, which was, I think, the biggest threat to our victory here, other than, I guess, Rufus surviving, but I really don't see him outlasting Kark. Nebula just probably won't be able to do it on her own. No matter how good your Axel is, tough to survive. Although she's doing a good job dodging so far. But she's got to dodge for another 50 plus seconds. I think Kark is going to eventually take her down. There we go. Nice little win there. Can't complain about that. We'll claim some of these rewards here. Got to get that free energy. Gujo, hello. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. All right, let's see. We've got to kind of make sure we're maintaining some of our heroes that are not in our main lineup because of Clash of Worlds. Clash of Worlds just uses so many heroes. I just find it imperative that I really need to get these guys almost almost forcing me to maximize them, which is fine because ultimately I wanted to get there anyway. But yeah, let's see. We can get this glyph up to 49. So we're getting close. Tomorrow or next weekend we should have that one complete. The strength, which is the main one, and we'll come back to the other ones. But in the meantime, I probably should focus on also getting these other ones a little bit stronger, right? Maybe not as strong as they can get, but 14. I think anything under 20 should be worked on a little bit if they're in your main squad, if you can. So Ishmael is one of those ones I got to eventually get a little bit more work done for him to get more usable or stay in the fight longer when we're fighting against those Clash of Worlds opponents, especially the stronger the opponent, the tougher it can be. So I'm sure, as you guys know, but yeah, so always got to try to build up our heroes when we can, especially when we get to those tougher opponents. So, okay, let's see what we can do for hero skill updates. I know there's got to be some heroes that I haven't completed yet. So Dorian, right, one of those heroes that I really like to use. I haven't had time to implement him into any of my lineups yet. But I do use him on mobile quite frequently. So I know he's very useful. Just haven't gotten to utilize him in the way that I would like thus far. But we'll get there eventually. John Jensen says, I think she already has a spring skin. I'm not sure. Does a solar skin count as a spring skin? It might. I'm trying to think here. Let's see. Martha. I think it might be, honestly. Solar skin. I think the solar skin, Hero Wars solar skins. July. That does sound like the spring skin event. So I'm going to go with, yeah, that probably is the spring skin that we've got here for Martha. Is this, is this solar skin? So I think that is the spring skin. So we've got Lars, Krista, Daredevil, Tristan, Ishmael, Ginger, Astrid, and Lucas. Martha, Faceless, Dante, Leanne, Kai, and Ju with those solar skins. So there is that aspect of it. Let's see, skin-wise, our card is finally complete there. Obviously, we still have some works to do on Ascension in two areas. One is the role branch, and the other is the Ascension rank. And obviously, the skills are not going to be completable as the game currently sits because we haven't unlocked any further Ascension skills. I think eventually, once we get a response from Hero Wars on the initial question we asked about the, you know, trading in of the Titan artifacts. So if you weren't here for yesterday's stream, we messaged Hero Wars, at least the devs, Facebook and web, specifically asking them, hey, we have these awesome resources for Titans, right, at the trade facility, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here once. Okay, maybe we should just reload our page. Basically, we sent a message to Hero Wars asking about potential future changes to the Titan artifact scheme because there are some flaws in it, and I'll point it out. It's easier to show you than it is to necessarily try to explain it all. What I think it's helpful to have the aid of viewing what we're talking about. So when we go to Titan Valley, you have the merchant here, right? And the merchant has the elemental tournament shop. And so logically, you think, okay, I can trade for, a certain fragment that I need to ultimately use to upgrade my Titans artifacts. But, right, with the Dark and Light Titans currently, we can't access these other fragments that we need that are specific to the Dark and Light Titans, right? The crowns, the seals, so on and so forth. But the other ones are available, and you can trade in for them, minus the seals, of course. But the fragments themselves are available. So logically, I think we asked. Well, I messaged the devs, on behalf of all of us, kind of saying, hey, once, what's the deal here? Are we eventually going to be able to have the light and dark fragments from the altered elements placed into the merchant shop? And I think the answer is yes, but I think they might tell us, yeah, we're thinking about doing that, but after all of the dark and light titans have been rolled out. If that's the case, okay, that makes sense. We can wait. I'm cool with that. But if they don't have plans on that, then I have a little bit more of a problem with it. And so that's just something that I think, it's good to mention and to bring up because I think Hero Wars definitely has some room for improvement in certain areas, including Ascension, right? Ascension, we have these 3 skills unlocked. When are we going to get 3 heroes, 3 or 4? We have, I think, less than a majority of heroes, a handful of heroes. Let's go with that. A handful of heroes with Ascension skills unlocked, and it would be nice to have a couple more at some point be unlocked, just so we know that they're not forgetting about it, right? That's what I think. All right, let's see. Let's get back to the comments here. Yeah, the solar skin I think is the right one. The masquerade skin I believe is for April Fools, right? So that's coming up in April, I think. So that'll be more meant for that, I believe. Let's open up some Outland chests here. We got to do it if it's free. I mean, obviously, I think the Outland coins are great, and obviously we can get some Titan Skin Stones as well. Can't complain about that. Spending energy, that's fine. So we are collecting a decent number of skin stones for our Titans. So we're going to grab a couple more items here from the Platinum boxes. Pet potions not super helpful at this time at all, but that's okay. We'll hold on to these other ones as well. I think I want to save these items for, if I can, when the Super Titans are released, so I can try to maybe get a head start on trying to improve my heroes in that, or my Titans, the Dark and Light ones specifically, in that regard. So I think that's kind of the game plan here. The equipment fragment chest, we'll get some random items here. Looks like the chest plated fragment piece there. Let's see, I'm having some highlights here, skins. We can upgrade Jew's armor a little bit, so we might as well. Doesn't hurt. Ascension, we got a long ways to go there. Daily quest, let's claim these guys here. We should also definitely start our airship missions if we haven't. I don't think we have. Gotta do these guys. These are just, the fundamental stuff, but makes a huge difference in the long run, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, depending on how you look at it. Well, it says no, solar skins are not spring skins. Solar skins are dropped around summer while spring skins are dropped around spring. Okay, well, there we go. While he's on it, I know so with some of these things, I'm not as in tune or in depth with. I like to try to look to the next new thing, so I'll forget if it's too far in the past for me personally. But yeah, there we go. So spring skins are definitely there. Solar skins, as John is also mentioning here, solar skins are also from the summer skin event. Okay, got it. Now I'm on the same page as you guys. Thank you guys for helping correct me there. Always trying to be more technologically correct always with our terms. I know that I wasn't too sure. I was like, maybe that's it, but no, you guys are right. Okay. Kark has enough good survivability in some teams against Osh. However, it is true that in higher level battles, magic damage and pure damage are better choices than physical attack. I think the other thing too with Kark is Kark really is great with his stun skills, and stun skills don't affect bosses like Osh. So that I think is another little caveat or little thing that makes Kark's effectiveness less noticeable or less pronounced than it would be otherwise, right? Because I think a lot of these physical attackers don't necessarily always have a stun skill. Some of them do, but because they don't, they usually have more attack, and so that attack just gets amplified and allows for them to really shine in those matchups. And I just love, for example, I think Jew is one of those great options. I think in the few times I've used Mojo, I actually really like Mojo as well against bosses. I haven't gotten around to upgrading him to the extent that he deserves to be upgraded to create a great situation for him to be in, right? So I just gotta. That's on me. I haven't had a chance to upgrade him to the extent that he should be upgraded to really thoroughly test out those abilities of his. So Mojo, I apologize. We'll get around to you eventually. But can't always do it all at once. All right. Hey, Incognito, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. We love having you here. Vitamin, nice to have you here as well on this, well, for me at least, a Sunday midday now. But yeah, I know for some of y'all it's probably Monday. I know it's crazy. Where does the time go? And we're in February already of 2023. I mean, I think it's wild. I feel like we were just in, with COVID, we were just in 2019, 2020, 2021. Time just moves really fast now. I feel like now that we're no longer in, well, I would say now that we're no longer in the height of COVID where everyone was forced to stay at home and things were shut down and things are, now kind of opening back up. So it feels like time, at least for me, is definitely going a little bit quicker than it was before. Dragon Parallel says, "Is it time to work back on Judge?" We can definitely look at Judge. I definitely feel like there's always time to work on as many heroes as you can. I do think that Judge for me is mainly focused more on my web version, although my web version is kind of a slower account. But let's take a look at Judge real quick. You can upgrade twice here for that hologram skill, maxing that one out. So we just got to do the interference generator. And we do have a need for Lamort cards here, as you can see. Long ways to go there. We do have all of his skins unlocked, though, which is a positive. And I think we look at artifacts. I think that might be a good place to start in our upgrade journey. I'm not going to use my Chaos Cores yet because I do have other heroes I'm trying to save that up for, but we can definitely look at these artifact levels a little bit and try to increase his stats even so slightly. I mean, I think a little bit every single time you can helps. So there is a start there. And I think the next Ascension event we have, I will probably try to unlock some of these for Judge and get him started as well. So, there's some minor updates there on Judge, nothing crazy, but we will eventually, I think, get to all the heroes we like. And I think, Judge falls into that category of heroes that we like that we eventually would like to upgrade. I think that's just, we're not there yet, but eventually, yes. Okay. Sanctuary, this is probably one of those key areas for me, at least, where I can improve my game for sure. I haven't been able to take advantage as much. So let's go ahead and raid this little adventure here and grab some items. I definitely have all 3 of my portal charges, so we should just use them. Hi, Simon. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to have you here. Caleb says, is it bad that there is no warrior buff for Asgard battles? Um, I think they're just assuming a lot of players are not going to use warrior types very much in those matchups because warriors are really not, they don't excel in those boss v heroes matchups. They don't match up very well, so they're not a popular choice. So my guess is that's how Hero Wars has decided it will implement or roll out its features is essentially to not necessarily release him in the sense that he is able to or sorry, he warriors are generally able to kind of do damage. So I think warriors just don't do as much in general, and aren't used as often. And so I think Hero is kind of trying to dissuade players from necessarily focusing too much on him. Or when I say him, I'm thinking about Kark specifically. But are trying to say, hey, maybe warriors are not the best choice when you're trying to pursue matchups against a boss like Osh or something like that. So that's why I think that we don't see as many buff upgrades in Asgard battles. I'm trying to think, how many warrior options do we have? I don't think we have that many options that it makes sense for them to have a buff around it, but I could be wrong. So just preliminarily, that's kind of why I think we don't see as many buffs there. But I do think if you don't see as many buffs there, it doesn't necessarily make sense to expend a bunch of gold. Like you're going to spend a lot of gold if you're going to get these upgrades. It doesn't necessarily make sense to do that in that setting, right? So, all right, we looked at the sanctuary real quick. We did collect some items, portal charges. I don't think there's too much more we can do here because Chorus is just still way too far apart for us to really try to make the right kind of progress we're looking for there. So, oh, nice. Another guildmate has made a purchase of the Foundations of Power. So, Hero Wars is raking in some dough here. Definitely from this event, knowing that, after they release that next week, we're going to have this new light tank totem coming to Hero Wars. So, all that means to me is start saving and start hoarding up some of your summoning spheres. Start hoarding and saving up some of your Titan potions because you're going to need them. And just going to start hoarding up a bunch of different items. So, um, get ready to hoard and hold on to your hats with the summoning spheres. You're going to need a lot of them. So, definitely I'm not in a rush to do anything there. But let's see. Heart of Power, another aspect of Hero Wars I haven't really been touching as much as I maybe should. So, we've got 3 heroes here, not level 1 even. But I think that's okay. We're going to go ahead and look at Iris here and upgrade Iris once. I know you could do more, but that gold is going to be used up real quick if I end up going to Asgard and Ascension to see if we can do anything further there. So that is always a reason I just kind of hold off. Let's see, Elemental Spirits. We can upgrade at least one time here with our Dark Totem, which has now been upgraded to a level 2 fragment. If you were here last weekend, we were able to pull that just randomly out of the Altar of Elements. I'm going to open 20 here just to see what we can get. But that was just a freak thing the other day. Yeah, so Vitamin, we haven't had a response yet from Andrew, but we'll see, and I'll follow up with him at some point too if he doesn't. But he's usually pretty good at responding. Within a couple of days. It's not usually like a next day kind of a deal, but we'll see what happens there. And it is true that with 2 events every week, it does feel like a lot, right? I'm not crazy to say that. I do think that that is actually indeed a lot of event stuff going on, especially at least for me right now with a little bit of a hectic schedule. Um, but not really in control of how Hero Wars dictates its schedule. So here you can just see I did pick up quite a few Skinstone chests, and I'm looking to kind of upgrade some of my main team skins, which is why I was doing that. We have the Magic Attack for Martha, which is a plausible option. Looks like Yasmin's maxed out. We can do some for Jew as well. It's mainly armor. Okay. Some more armor there. Okay, so I guess we're going to be looking at Nebula upgrades here. and potentially some Isaac upgrades as well. I think Nebula looks a little bit more inviting. Obviously, Aurora is another one we can definitely do some upgrades for. So I think we're going to just trade in, I don't know, what do we think? I think we think 20 maybe of these boxes in for the strength skin stones, and those will be used towards Aurora. And then the other 20 or so will go to Nebula. So she needs the intelligence or agility skin stones, excuse me. I think, right? If I'm wrong, that's okay. I'm sure we can find another use for them. Yep, no, okay, so we're good. So we'll upgrade the physical attack one a few times there. Get it to 47. Aurora as well needs a couple of upgrades. So we'll look at the magic attack one. I think that's the most beneficial for Aurora, actually. And I kind of like it. That's the one I probably have um, skin-wise on her. I like her outfit. I like the way that her sword is all pink. I like her pink outlook and kind of elfin features in this skin, the romantic one, as opposed to some of the other ones. I mean, obviously your default skin's not bad, but it doesn't pop as much. The Nordic skin, it works. The spring skin for me, it's a little bit too anime-ish. Like you have, trying to think. It reminds me of the Spriggan faction, which is like from another. It's from like an anime. I'm trying to think. Um, Sword Art Online. I think it's one of those ones. If you see any anime, you'll probably be like, okay, maybe I could see it. Demonic skin. I actually thought that one was pretty cool for a while, but then the romantic skin came out, and I think it works better with Aurora's character. I like it. I think it makes more sense for me, at least, to have that skin attached to her magic attack. Why not? Not that it really changes anything, because all of them are applied to your hero, regardless of if they're the skin that's attached. So don't worry about that. Okay, so we have that going there. Daily quests. We've got some more claiming to do here. Level up any Titan artifact. We'll take a quick peek. We do have light Titans coming in. Amon is now absolute. We might as well upgrade once. I'm not going to go crazy over it. That'll get us the 400 essence right there, so we'll claim it. Warriors and control heroes do the least on Osh. I agree. Ascension is the most part of this. Oh, of his. You're talking about Judge. I gotcha. Calnap says Ishmael, Kayla, and Elmir are a good warrior combo for Asgard, as well as Qing Mao is a good warrior. I could definitely see that kind of being the case, but I do think that it's also tough because Kayla and Elmir, well, Elmir will still work the same, but I haven't used Kayla at all, but I don't think she'll be jumping to the other side of the boss. Well, I say the boss of Osh. I don't think to deal damage, or if she does, I'd be very curious to see how that plays out. We might have to test that, but I kind of highly doubt that's how she operates. Just being completely honest. And Cody says a few of us made purchases from the Foundations of Power as well. Titan skin stones are going to be useful, no doubt about it. There's no dispute for me on that. But yeah, it definitely is something that I'm noticing a lot more people are definitely making some purchases in there and helping out the guild. So can't complain about that. That's awesome. So Astral Seer, we won't do anything there. Ascension Spire. I'm tempted to look to see if there's anything that can be done here, but I kind of highly doubt it. Simon, no, it's not. We can go ahead and put it in there, Simon, and just tell me here in the chat as well if you're on Facebook or on web and your ID, so I can add you. Yeah, that would be great. I think that would be the most helpful to me in terms of this short one as well. Yeah, Simon says Kayla doesn't jump to the other side, so she dies a little bit more quickly. I hear that. I think it's tough. It's tough when you have someone like that. Kayla jumps to the front of Asha's spheres. Yeah, that just kind of puts her in the firing lane. I feel like that makes her an easy target and kind of makes her like a tank almost, which is not really what you want to be having out of her. I mean, she's not really meant to be a tank, so I just think it makes it a lot more difficult on her than it needs to be. So See, we got Lars here. Aurora. Does anyone else? Jew doesn't need those red ones anymore, which is nice because he's past that preliminary stage. I think the same can be said here for some of our other heroes. So this is promising. I guess we'll upgrade. Ooh, do I want to do that though? It's a lot of gold eaten right away, so we'll hold off. We'll look at some other options. I think we're going to hold off on too many upgrades right this second in case we do have an upgrade event coming up. Ooh, Cleaver has something unlocked. What was his skill again? Deals pure damage to the nearest opponents and himself for 5 seconds. The hero pulled by Rusty Hook takes 200% more damage from putrefaction for the duration of 20 seconds. Okay, so a little bit more damage. And what's this one here? Massive Rusty Hook. The hero pulled by the Rusty Hook pushes away their allies and damages them. Okay. So I guess that's good if you have Dorian, right, being used as a counter, right? If you have the massive Rusty Hook, it kind of helps you a little bit, but not really so much. I would say those skills are they're helpful, but they're not crazy useful in the grand scheme of things. So, I mean, ultimately, you probably wouldn't want to focus too much on that. But, okay, so we have some stuff in Ascension Spire. Some work to do, Simon. We'll add you to the picker wheel. Let's pop that open here. If anyone else also would like to be added to the picker wheel, just let me know. If you haven't already, put your name on the Discord prior to the start of the stream, because I did look at it all the way pretty much up until we got here. So we'll add Simon here. Simon 1625 7027. We're going to add you in there, and we'll save this guy. Yeah, so Vitamin, no reply yet from the CM, Andrew yet, but we will eventually get a reply, and as soon as he does, I'll let you know. So don't fret on that. Vitamin will definitely get back on that question regarding the Titan artifacts. Incognito says a few of us may purchase. Yeah, okay. Dragon Parallel says Fire Totem got some ABS ongoing. ABS apps, ABS meaning gaming. Action Battle System. I don't know what that means. I feel like I should know it, but I don't know what it means. Dragon Pillars, I actually like the Nordic skin for Aurora the most. The rest are just weird. Fair enough, fair enough. Cleaver's Putrefaction does way more damage than it describes since it's pure damage and it lasts 20 seconds and it's a 7 with the 2 times damage. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I guess the Putrefaction damage skill is a little bit more useful than it lets on based on the description. So, I guess hopefully eventually down the line I'll be able to test that out for myself and see if that's actually the case. We'll get there eventually. It's just going to take a little bit of time. I mean, obviously, with most things in Hero Wars, if you have enough time built up in the game, you'll have good results. That just seems to be kind of how this thing runs. Let's see if we can do a couple more battles here. Or at least one. I'd like to win one more battle here. I think we're going to do this. See how that goes. And, yeah, all right. So I guess Cleaver's Putrefaction does do a little bit more damage than we were initially led on to believe based on that description. It does seem kind of lackluster based on that description, but you never know. I guess you never know. So, all right, let's see here. Can we take down Kira, who I think is the main issue for us, because she does have that silencing skill, and her basic attack actually hits super hard. So if we can avoid that and not have our card get taken out and take her out first, that would be the goal. Oh man, she's getting her blades going, which is scary. Nebula, and then we need Cart to get charged up again. If Isaac can also silence these guys, that would not be the worst thing ever. Man, just so much healing coming in on 3 of these heroes here. Got Celeste, Nebula, and Martha. I wish I had my Celeste to a strong enough level. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to win that one. Just too much healing for us to overcome in that little matchup. Oh well. See what else we got going on here. Merchant. All right, let's see. Can we upgrade anything else before we? Do I want to? I don't want to use that item yet. Fafnir. How can we get more Fafnir? During a special event, of course. Aiden, probably the same thing. We can get a Mira, but I believe that's only with the Clash of Worlds shop. Don't really want to do that. All right, so it looks like we're kind of in a situation now where we're just kind of holding off, waiting for some more resources for us to acquire. So we're going to upgrade a little bit of Dorian there, and we are going to Fire Totem's got some abs going. All right, let's see. Gotcha. Abs. I gotcha. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Fire Totem, huh? Yeah, I guess he does kind of have some looks there, depending on how you want to look at it. Um, okay, all right. Let's see. So we've got that going on here. Let's take a look. I think the last thing I can really look at here is Titan artifacts and seeing if there's anything else I can do with my specific Titans right now. I don't think there really is. So no, I mean we could upgrade that, but we're not going to. We're going to wait for these newer Titans to get released. Not a whole lot going on there either. And Brewster's pretty far off. I mean, I would like to summon that one, but I don't really want to unnecessarily use items to do so. So we'll hold off. I think we've done a lot of what we needed to do to preliminarily start us off here for the Hero Wars Day. I guess maybe we'd get one more attack in an arena, then we get our picker wheel going, and we have a great rest of our weekend, and we have winners, right? So that's kind of a game plan. I like it. Let's see, what can we do? Can we end on a win? Let's find someone that hopefully we can feel comfortable getting a win against. I don't have to use my card team. There's a bunch of other options as well, and I think this looks like a friendly matchup here. We're going to take out our main guys, and we're going to put in our twins here. I think this can do it. Alternatively, could put Isaac in here as well. And that would quiet Celeste and Thea. We'll test it out. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully it works out for us. All right. So he is surviving Yasmin's initial attacks here and getting Lars and Krista into a situation where they can prevail. So it looks like Yasmin got taken out but has come back to life. So we need to try to take her out before she takes out the rest of my twin combo here. Oof. Dang. So she was a little stronger than our Krista was. So now the question is, can we overcome Yasmin? She's going to be the only, I think, real problem for us. If she keeps attacking at that rate, we might be in trouble. She's doing some massive damage. Oof, and Celeste being alive too long is hurting us. Should have probably used Aurora there. Oh well. It's all right. We also, I think if we have a stronger team there, it's not really much of a matchup, but we didn't. So we're going to have to work on that. So, I mean, Krista still has a ways to go, and obviously her health right there was a big issue, as well as her armor. Her armor was just way too weak to sustain her availability in that matchup. So we're going to need to do something about that eventually here. Get some more armor. She definitely shouldn't be taken out that quickly. So that's an upgrade that's in the works. We'll have to get there, and obviously we'll work on Judge as well throughout the game. So with that, let's hop over to our web winners for today. So let me just read the comments here before we get the spins going. Anthony says, I wish they would unlock Yasmin's ascension skills as they are the only two I need to do for her. Gotcha. So you've got her all the way up to level 5 and complete. Love that. Caleb says twins counter Yasmin when they are accompanied by Celeste. Okay, so that's another hero I got to work on. Celeste. Dragon Parallel says, I'm saving all of my COW trophies on orange upgrade spheres. The rest of the stuff in the shop aren't much use, and leveling the tomes with trophies doesn't seem worth it for now. I get it. I just don't want to do it in the future, so I'm just getting it over with now. It's kind of my thought process, but I get it. All right. So with that being said, let's take a look at our winners for today. We're going to have two winners, right? One for Sunday Facebook off of basically our Discord entry. And then we're also going to have our web winner as well. And I'm just going to grab a sticky note here so I can make sure to record who our winners are. So it is Sunday, February 5th. We're going to have a Facebook winner and a web winner. All right, let's see who our Facebook winner is. Good luck to everybody. And let's see who our lucky winner is. It is Cabby X. Cabby X is our lucky Facebook winner. I'll be messaging you on Discord shortly after the stream, or feel free to reach out to me first. Well, either way, we'll get you sorted out. Congratulations, Cabby X. You are our lucky Facebook winner of the day. And let's see who our lucky web winner is for February 5th today. So good luck to everyone. Our winner is Jack. I feel like Jack's won recently here. But congratulations, Jack. You are our lucky winner. Congratulations to the both of y'all. Cabby X and Jock, you guys are our lucky winners. Feel free to reach out to me, or I will reach out to you shortly on Discord. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me here on this stream. I don't want to miss any comments here. Good luck all. I personally like that Envar get ascension skills next. Isaac and Arachne don't need them as of right now. Regarding my main team, yeah, I feel like a lot of people are waiting on ascension skills. Hopefully, Hero Wars does something for us very, very soon. But congratulations to our winners. And with that being said, guys, look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon in Dominion. We'll have more winners very, very soon. And I look forward to seeing you guys all